understand with how intense these scenes are, how great the choreography is, and that musical element, it absolutely just adds to that tension, adds to that excitement. And if you've seen the whole movie, I'm sure you'll become extremely invested in these characters. You'll care about what's going on, and it's just fun to watch. And while I don't like to really hate on other movies, let's take a look at what doesn't work. And a great example of that is 2017's Justice League. It's a fight scene where it's these wide-angle shots. Shots where it shows whole cities, whole buildings, and these massive explosions, and it's intense, but you don't really know what's going on. It's this confusing choreography where things are flying around and these explosions are happening, but you don't have a sense about how your hero is actually fighting the villain. But the biggest step to that is their undeveloped characters. When you don't care as much about a character, you just aren't as invested in their fight scenes and the action scenes, because honestly, you could just kind of care less about whether they live or die. But right now, Marvel is in a place few movie franchises have been before. Marvel has accumulated a global fan base, a fan base the likes of which few film franchises has ever seen before. So where can they go from here? Well, Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios in the MCU, has stated that they have their overall story planned out and movies planned out till 2028. And while that may seem like a long time in the future, it's almost a decade, as a fan, I could not be happier. All this long-term planning is going to lead to a great story, I'm sure, of some great movie releases, some great fluid universe building throughout these next 9 years. Or on the bottom, with Deadpool, Magneto, and Wolverine wearing the Disney hats, what does that mean? Well, Disney, just a month ago, bought Fox, and Disney also owns Marvel. So that means that Marvel had finally gotten back the rights to all of those characters they sold off in the late 90s. That means Marvel has gotten the rights back to characters such as every single one of the X-Men, Deadpool, and Marvel's original family, the Fantastic Four. A family which I need them to make a good movie with, because no other movie studios has at all succeeded with the Fantastic Four, which is just sad. Or on top, Shang-Chi, a great comic book character. I mean, I'm sure none of you actually really know who he is. He's more of a D-lister. Even I had to do a Google search to kind of refresh myself on him. But Asian American comic book character, an Asian American protagonist that could be in Marvel Studios, something that Marvel hasn't had before. He's also a mixed martial arts fighter mixed with magic, which could lend itself to some really great action scenes, something that I could be really excited to see myself seeing, kind of a callback to all those early kung fu movies in the 70s. Or it could bring some amazing Asian culture to the big screen, something to the likes of which Black Panther has done in the past. Or coming next weekend, a movie which I can physically just not wait to go see opening night, Avengers Endgame. Now this is a movie, I have theories on what's going to happen, but I literally have no clue, I can promise you on that. In fact, directors Joe and Anthony Russo have stated that not a single person has yet to correctly guess the ending of Avengers Endgame. But it's a movie I know is going to change the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a movie I know is going to have big implications on the future. Now, I don't know whether that's retiring some characters by unfortunately killing them off, something that's going to be extremely painful to watch if that happens, or adding an element of time travel or dimensional travel. And while again, I have no clue what's going to happen, this is something I could not be more excited to see. But as I mentioned earlier, Marvel Studios is a film franchise which is changing the way Hollywood is producing their movies, changing the way that other movie studios are creating their franchises. And that is because so many film franchises right now are trying to hop on the cinematic universe train. The Lego movie universe, the Venomverse, the Harry Potter universe, the Star Wars universe, the Dark universe, the Conjuring universe, the Fast and the Furious universe. These are all real universes being built right now. And it worries me because the market is kind of becoming saturated. So many of these film franchises right now are putting the franchise over the films. They're putting the sequels over the characters. They're not caring about the character development that is so needed to start your franchises off. And all of these movie franchises being created right now, as I said before, the market's just becoming saturated. I mean, Marvel's going to be fine, I know it, because they're so big, but with these other film franchises, I just worry they're not going to work. But as I mentioned before, Marvel Studios right now has a 100% batting average with their movies. Every single one has been critically and commercially successful. They've had the largest fan base really out of any film franchise ever, and their fan base kind of seems to just continually grow. So while there will be an end to Marvel Studios, and unfortunately I'm kind of sure about that, I literally have no clue when that's going to happen. There is literally no end in the near future for Marvel with how big they are. So until they start producing bad movies, which again, I don't know when that's going to happen, I don't think that's going to happen for a long time, I can tell you something. Whether you couldn't care less about these movies, whether you're kind of in the silent minority, which really hates these movies, or whether you're in the louder majority, which absolutely loves these movies, Marvel Studios is going to keep producing movies for a while. Thank you.